Alrighty, guys. So, I'm sure as you guys know from my previous video that had done the Manitou incline. So, it's currently now been a day or two after the fact. So, my calves are sore. So, here are some tips and tricks for stretching your calves. So, the first muscle I'm going to stretch is my soleus. It originates in the heel, connects up to about right here. So it does not have to do anything with bending the knee. So what that means is if I bend my knee, my hamstring and my gastroc, my main calf muscle, are going to be the ones bending it. So to stretch my soleus, I'm going to want to put my main gastroc muscle on slack. And by doing that, I'm going to put my foot relatively really close to the wall, so it's about 3 finger length. As you get better, you can progress to a knuckle, if not further. Other foot is back, kind of an athletic lunge position, and then I'm leaning forward, and tapping my knee to the wall, keeping my heel down on the ground, feeling a big stretch here in the back of my calf. I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds, up to a minute, no longer than 60 seconds. Good, and then I'm going to just stand back up. Now I'll do this roughly 5 times, feeling a big stretch, keeping my knee at the wall, my positioning just intact. Good. Now as it starts to get easier, I slowly move my foot back a little at a time, and by doing that, allows my tissues to extend more, stretch more, so therefore I have more range of motion. Now when I'm doing this stretch, I'm making sure the most important step is I'm keeping my heel down. If I go like this, and my heel kind of comes up, no good. I'm gonna keep my heel down, driving my knee over my toes, keeping everything down as I'm doing the stretch, holding it, and coming back. So if I were to ever come back really, really far, to get my knee to touch, my ankle comes up. So even if I am far away from the wall, if I do here, even though my knee isn't touching, just because of how I'm positioned, I'm still driving my knee over my toes. A nice big stretch in that back part of the calf. Alrighty. The next muscle that I want to stretch is that gastroc, that main portion of my calf that everybody feels and is super hard to grow. Is I'm now finding a solid surface to lean against. I'm going to keep one foot forward and my other foot's going to go backwards. And kind of like how I talked about before, and now I'm stretching this back leg, is my soleus doesn't do knee flexion. So to stretch my calf, I want to keep my leg nice and straight and push my heel down to the floor. By doing this, I'm getting a nice stretch through that calf. Holding it for 30 seconds to a minute. No more than 60 seconds at a time. When 60 seconds has elapsed, I'll stand back up. And I'll either do the same leg or I'll switch. Now, the reason why I have a solid surface to lean against is I can push into the solid surface or wall, desk, counter, couch, etc. as I'm doing it. So therefore, I can increase the stretch. Now, if in this position it feels too easy, I can either step it back, increase the degree needed. As I'm doing this, I'm trying to push my heel down into the ground. create that tension in the back of my calf and that gastrocnemius, and that's it. All right. Next on my agenda is strengthening my tibialis anterior and all the muscles that help my foot lift up. Since we just stretched all the muscles in the backside, didn't increase my tissues to raise. So we got a little band, tied it to a heavy dumbbell, elevating my ankle. Now, my tibialis anterior helps my raise, helps my big toe kind of go up and in. So as I'm doing this, I want to start down and out, up and in. Work through that full range of motion. Now, this is new to you. You can warm up without the band and progress up with the band. So this is just a prayer band that I tied a hole in on one end, so it slides over my shoe. But of course, use what works best for you. So, why this is so important to me and a reason why I'm starting to add it into my training is I actually lack a lot of range of motion in my ankles, and I want to try to gain it back. So I have normal amount of dorsiflexion, which is 55 degrees down. Everybody typically has that. However, the other one is dorsiflexion, so the ability to bring your ankle up towards you, right? So textbook says we have 25 degrees of ankle dorsiflexion. I think I haven't measured in a while, but I'm probably give or take at maybe 2 to 3 degrees on each ankle. So by strengthening the muscle that controls the motion, will improve my ability to get more range of motion. Okay, so now that I've done kind of in and up, now I'm going to go up and out. So now I'm letting my foot come all the way up and out, and I'll go down and in. So now up and out, down and in, 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 up and out, down and in. Big squeeze. Now, if you do this, it's not you cheating, but your body likes to cheat. And by doing that, it likes to let your leg roll. So you have to consciously think about not letting it. So if I don't let it, if I don't think about it, down and out, and see my leg rotate. And then or down and in, when I rotate up and out, I'll kind of rotate that way to help my cheat. So I'm making a conscious decision to keep my leg straight. Or you can take the hands, just hold a little bit below the knee line, down and in, up and out. And you can feel your bones, feel your muscles contracting, not letting anything rotate other than the ankle. Now, I'm not the best counter, so I have no idea how many I've done. I probably should to keep each ankle equal, but I'm really just trying to go for fatigue. Okay, let's switch feet. Alrighty, doing the other foot now. I changed the camera angle so that way you can potentially see a little better. Okay, so holding my knee in place. Start with up and in, down and out, up and in. Sorry, I made it a little bit too hard. I backed away. Too much tension for my knee or for my ankle to manage while I'm trying to achieve a full range of motion. So, kind of as you noticed in that last clip, is I had to move closer to reduce it. So if I come all the way back here to do it, that's going to be tough, right? But if I let my foot come a little closer, maybe have a little bit of slack, I can go up and in easier, down and easier. So, already done some of that. Let's move on to that next one. So, go up and out, down and in, up and out, down and in, up and out, down and in, out, down and in. So there we go. I wasn't thinking about it. My body started to cheat. Up and out, down and in, up and out, down and in. There we go. All right, that will do it for ankle strength and mobility today. All right, so going into chest today. Don't really want to do back. Chest is feeling fine. So, again, working on that tolerance. Probably won't be going too heavy just because my upper traps are still a little sore. So, don't want to do anything overhead, put strain on there. But that nice 90-degree, that's perfect. So, working on really good depth and then big squeeze. So, the 25, 40 pounds, see where I go next. Probably 50. And that might be my top set, depending on how I'm feeling. I might go 55. Um, Biggest concern today was just that stretching my calves and um, working on that ankle strength. So that's about it. I'll do a couple more sets here, working sets, dumbbell chest, and then I may move on to some flies, some pec deck, depending on which one's open, and then go on from there. So let's get to it. Okay. That felt all right. So I'll probably stay there just because I don't want to walk all the way down and grab some weights and then not be able to do the rep range that I want. So right now that I think I did 10 reps there, without accounting. So did about 10 reps there. Felt about 7 out of 10 on the RPE scale. So kind of close where I want to be, at least today. So yeah, I haven't had too much to eat today as well. So there's a lot of protein drinks. Um, some ham sandwiches left over from graduation party, but otherwise feeling rather weak today with the hike the other day and then just not eating a whole lot today. So stamina is low. All right, let's do that set of 50s again. Let me know in the comments below if you like your handles to be the same orientation, give or take. So like right now, my left one is up and down. I have it spin. I rate them all to be up and down, or vice versa. They may not be in the same order, but they're at least up and down, and that works in my mind. Let me know what you think. All right, call it a wrap there. All right, back to deck. Fly. Arms, shoulder height, big screen. Now, unless you got a shoulder problem, arms are straight, big bear hug. On the way back, big stretch, open up the chest, squeeze together. All right, let's do a couple sets of those. Nice and easy. All right, here we go again. Next set. You jump your weights up according to however you feel, whatever works best for you. Okay, one more of those. All right, last set here. Got 130. Pin. Again, just focusing on a big squeeze, big open. Ooh, good burn. All right, all right. Found a spot for a pose down. So, see if it works. See how those look.